Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing very well. So thank you for being patient. I know I have not posted in the past week because of my busy schedule, but I am back with part 15 of the MCQ series of all sciences, biology, chemistry, and physics. So once again, if you have not watched my previous videos, I highly suggest you do so before watching this video. And I've also included Hindi translations as usual for some of the viewers to understand the content a little bit better. So without further ado, let's start with the first question. The first question. The disease caused by fungi is, so out of these options, which is caused by fungi? Is it measles, chickenpox, polio, or ringworm? And the right answer here is ringworm. Ringworm is caused by a type of fungus that eats keratin. These are called dermatophytes. Dermatophytes attack the skin, scalp, hair, and nails because those are the only parts of the body with enough keratin to attract them. Dermatophytes are microscopic spores that can survive on the surface of the skin for months. Next question. The disease caused by protozoa is, so out of these options, which is caused by protozoa? And the right answer here is malaria. Protozoan infections are responsible for diseases that affect many different types of organisms, including plants, animals, and even some marine life. Many of the most prevalent and deadly diseases are caused by protozoan infection, and some examples of protozoan infections include African sleeping sickness, amoebic dysentery, and malaria. So malaria is the correct answer here. Next question. Which of the following is not used as a food preservative? So out of these options, which is not used in food preservatives? So here we can go down the line. Is it salt? Well, salt is effective as preservative because it reduces the water activity of food. Adding salts to food can cause microbial cells to undergo osmotic shock, resulting in the loss of water from cell and thereby causing the cell's death. So salt is a preservative. Is sugar a preservative? Well, sugar helps to prevent or slow the growth of bacteria, and some examples of sugar used in food preservative is jam. So is vinegar a food preservative? Well, vinegar is acidic acid with low pH levels, and it is used for preservatives for both domestic use and the food industry. It is, in fact, for the preservation or pickling of a wide variety of foods such as vegetables, meat, fish products, and spiced foods. So, therefore, with the process of elimination, methane is not a food preservative. Next question. The process by which amount of nitrogen remains the same in the atmosphere is known as. Is it known as fermentation, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, or photosynthesis? And the right answer here is nitrogen cycle. The nitrogen cycle is the biogeochemical cycle by which nitrogen is converted into multiple chemical forms as it circulates among the atmosphere, terrestrial, and marine ecosystems. Next, which of the following disease is spread due to bacteria? Is it tuberculosis, measles, chickenpox, or polio? And the right answer here is tuberculosis. Tuberculosis can also be denoted as TB. TB is caused by a type of bacterium called Mycobacterium tuberculosis. It spreads when a person with active TB disease in their lungs coughs or sneezes, and someone else inhales the expelled droplets which contain TB bacteria. Next question. Which of the following is a renewable source of energy? So out of these options, which is a renewable source of energy? Is it nuclear power, hydroelectric power, natural gas, or coal gas? And the right answer here is hydroelectric power. Hydroelectricity is a form of energy that harnesses the power of water in motion, such as water flowing over a waterfall to generate electricity. Natural gas is a non-renewable fossil fuel formed from the remains of tiny sea plants and animals that died 300 or 400 million years ago. You could classify nuclear energy as non-renewable because uranium and similar fuel sources are finite, which means that they are limited and they're bound to run out someday. And similarly, coal is classified as non-renewable energy because it takes millions of years to form. Coal contains energy stored by plants that lived hundreds of millions years ago in swampy forest. Next question. Which part of the plant gives us saffron? Is it the roots, the petals, the stem, or the stigma? Now, saffron is a spice derived from the flower of Crocus sativus, commonly known as saffron crocus. So each flower has three tiny thread-like stigmas in the center which is extracted. So the saffron is the stigma of the plant. The vivid crimson-colored stigma and styles called threads are collected and dried, used mainly as seasoning and coloring agent in foods. Saffron has long been the world's costliest spice by weight, and this is mainly because how labor-intensive the extraction of saffron is. Next question. Fermentation is a blank process. So what type of process is fermentation? Is it aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration, exothermic respiration, or transpiration? And the right answer here is anaerobic respiration. Fermentation is another anaerobic pathway, and again, anaerobic means non-oxygen required. So there is no oxygen required in this process. So fermentation is the breaking down of glucose, one that's performed by many types of organisms and cells. In fermentation, the only energy extraction pathway is glycolysis, with one or two extra reactions tacked on at the end. Next, which of the following trees shed their leaves once in a year? Is it deciduous tree, coniferous tree, evergreen tree, or both deciduous and coniferous tree? And the right answer here is deciduous tree. The term deciduous means falling off at maturity and tending to fall off. So it is in reference to trees and shrubs that seasonally shed leaves, and this usually happens in the season of autumn. Next, which of the following is a natural fiber? So out of these options, which is a natural fiber? Is it rayon, nylon, polyester, or cotton? And the right answer here is cotton. Cotton fibers are natural hollow fibers. They are soft, cool, and known for its breathable material and absorbent. Cotton fibers can hold up to 24 to 27 times their own weight of water. Cotton fibers are often blended with other fibers such as nylon, linen, wool, and polyester to achieve the best property of each fiber. Next, which organs has ginger-like outgrowths which are called as villi, and when referring to a singular villi, it's called villus. Is it the large intestine, the bladder, the small intestine, or the stomach? And the correct answer here is small intestine. The folds form numerous tiny projections which stick out into the open space inside our small intestine, and specifically in our lumen. They're covered with cells that help absorb nutrients from the food that passes through. The cells on the villi are packed full of tiny hair-like structures called microvilli. Next, in sun, light and heat are produced by, so we're referring to the planet sun here. So the sun's light and heat are produced by, is it chemical reaction, nuclear reactions, burning reactions, or Bunsen reaction? And the right answer here is nuclear reaction. The sun is essentially a nuclear reaction. Next, which among the following is not a connective tissue? So out of these options, which is not a connective tissue? Is it blood, bone, skin, or cartilage? And the right answer here is skin. Skin is composed of epithelial cells and is therefore not an example of connective tissue. The major types of connective tissue include bone, adipose, blood, and cartilage. Connective tissue is responsible for binding and support of other tissues. Next, the most common element used as a fire extinguisher is. You might be familiar with fire extinguishers if they're placed in your house or in your building or the instruments that the firefighters used in order to stop spread of further fire. So the common element used in a fire extinguisher, is it carbon dioxide, oxygen, phosphorus, or nitrogen dioxide? And the right answer here is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide extinguishes work by displacing oxygen or taking away the oxygen element of the fire triangle. The carbon dioxide is also very cold as it comes out of the extinguisher, so it cools the fuel as well. Next, which of the following is not a plant hormone? Is it gibberellic, auxins, cytokinins, or thyroxine? And the right answer here is thyroxine. Thyroxine is the main hormone secreted into the blood system by the thyroid gland. It plays a vital role in digestion, heart, and muscle function. And therefore, this hormone is not related to plant hormone, where the other three options are related to plants. Next, lightning occurs due to. Why does lightning occur? Is it because of wind, rain, electric discharge, or earthquake? And the right answer here is electric discharge. Electric discharge refers to the flow of electricity or electric charge through a medium. It is the visual discharge of atmospheric electricity. As lightning heats the air, it creates a shock wave that causes the sound of thunder. Next question. Which among the following devised the technique IVF, which is also known as in vitro fertilization? Was it Sir Frank Whittle, Robert Edwards, Edward Jenner, or Martin Cooper? And the right answer here is Robert G. Edwards. Robert G. Edwards was awarded by the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 2010. The physiologist co-developed the treatment with Patrick Steptoe and embryologist Jean Perdue, but the later two were not eligible for consideration as they had died, and you might already know that the Nobel Prize is not awarded to individuals who have died. IVF is the process where an egg is removed. IVF is the process where an egg is removed from the woman's ovary and fertilized with the sperm in a laboratory. The fertilized egg, called an embryo, is then returned to the woman's womb to grow and develop. So this is a biological process which allows parents who are infertile or have infertility problems to conceive. Next, the chemical component that is invariably found in all viruses is. So out of these options, which is commonly present in all viruses? Is it proteins, lipids, DNA, or RNA? And the right answer here is proteins. A virus is made up of a core of genetic material, either DNA or RNA, and it is surrounded by a protective coat called capsid, which is made up of protein. Sometimes the capsid is surrounded by an additional spiky coat called the envelope, and this allows viruses to latch onto host cells and get inside them. So Proteins is found in all viruses. Next, which of the following disease is non-communicable in nature? Is it cholera, chickenpox, tuberculosis, or cancer? Non-communicable disease, which also stands for NCD, is a disease that is not transmissible directly from one person to another. So NCDs include Parkinson's disease, autoimmune disease, stroke, and most heart diseases, and cancer, along with diabetes. So out of these options, cancer is the correct option. Next, which enzyme digests proteins in the stomach? So is it trypsin, pepsin, salivary amylase, or pancreatic canal? So let's follow the process of elimination again. Salivary amylase is found in the saliva, so this is not related to the stomach. And likewise, pancreatic canal refers to the pancreas. So this leaves trypsin and pepsin. Now, trypsin is a serine protease of the digestive system, which is produced in the pancreas and secreted into the small intestine. So trypsin, even though it is vital to the digestive system, it is not a digestive protein found in stomach. So this leaves pepsin to be the right answer. Pepsin is an endopeptidase that breaks down proteins into smaller peptides. It is produced in the gastric chief cells of the stomach lining and is one of the main digestive enzymes in the digestive system of humans and many other animals. So it helps in digestion of proteins found in food. Next, which of the following does not have a cell wall? Is it euglena, paramecium, gonioclast, or mycoplasma? And the right answer here is mycoplasma. Mycoplasma is a genus of bacteria that lacks a cell wall around their cell membrane. This characteristic makes them naturally resistant to antibiotics that target cell wall synthesis. Next, the outermost layer of the Earth is called. Is it called mantle, outer core, crust, or inner core? And the right answer here is crust. The Earth's outermost rigid rocky layer is called as the crust. Together, the uppermost mantle and the crust act mechanically as a single rigid layer called lithosphere. Next, how many pairs of ribs are found in the human body? Is it 11 pairs, 12 pairs, 13 pairs, or 14 pairs? And the right answer here is 12 pairs. In humans, there are normally 12 pairs of ribs. The first 7 pairs are directly attached to the sternum by the costal cartilage and therefore called true ribs. The 8th, 9th, and 10th pair are known as the false ribs, as they do not join the sternum directly but are connected to the 7th rib by cartilage. Next, which of the following is synthetic fiber? Is it nylon, cotton, silk, or wood? And synthetic fibers refers to man-made fibers, and most of them are prepared from raw materials such as petroleum and are called petrochemicals. So out of these options, nylon is the correct option. Nylon was the first commercially successful synthetic thermoplastic polymer. Next, which of the following is the largest gland in the human body? Is it the thyroid gland, the kidney, the livers, or pancreas? And the correct answer here is liver. Liver is the largest gland in the human, whereas pancreas is the second largest gland in the human body. Next, when ice cubes are made, the entropy of water blank. So what happens to the entropy of water when ice cubes are formed? Does the entropy not change? The entropy decreases, the entropy increases, or may either increase or decrease depending on the process. And the right answer here is decreases. The entropy is related to the disorder in the system. So in making of ice cubes, the molecules become ordered. Therefore, entropy decreases. Next, potato, tomato, and brinjals are three different species that all belong to which genus? So again, just for clarification, brinjal can also be referred to as eggplant. So potato, tomato, brinjal, or eggplant are three different species which belong to which genus? And the right answer here is Solanum. Solanum is a large and diverse genus of flowering plants, which includes three food crops of high economic importance: the potato, the tomato, and eggplant. Next, the phenomenon of change in direction of light when it passes from one medium to another is called. So is it called propagation, reflection, refraction, or dispersion? And the right answer here is refraction. Refraction is the bending of light. It also happens with sound, water, and other waves as it passes from one transparent substance into another. This bending by refraction makes it possible for us to have lenses, magnifying glasses, prisms, and rainbows. In fact, our eyes even depend upon this bending of light. Next, the epicenter of an earthquake is. So where is the epicenter of earthquake? In the core of Earth, on the surface of Earth, in the middle of Earth, or none? And the right answer here is on the surface of Earth. Epicenter is the point on the surface of the Earth that is directly above the underground point, which is also called as focus, where fault rupture commences, producing an earthquake. Next, which of the following is known as artificial silk? Is it nylon, rayon, polyester, or silk? And the correct answer here is rayon. Rayon is soft, lustrous, and absorbent, which exactly copies the characteristics of a silk. It is suitable for women's garments and dresses. Rayon appears and feels like silk. Hence, rayon is called artificial silk. The rayon's fiber is obtained by chemically treating wood pulp. Next, in humans, the sound is produced by. In humans, the sound is produced by. So is sound produced by esophagus, larynx, medulla, or epiglottis? And the right answer here is larynx. The larynx is commonly called the voice box and is an organ in the top of the neck, which is involved in breathing, producing sound, and protecting trachea against food aspiration. So we have reached the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as per usual, don't forget to like my video, comment down below if you have any suggestions, share it with your family, friends, classmates, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon. This way you will be notified when I post again. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.